Aloha, aloha, everyone. The Empathic Podagee is making the cameo for 2020. Anyways, happy holidays. It is the special. Because normally this workshop or this video class is normally in the Empathic Podagee membership. It's a free membership for whoever is interested. Go to kahokualaka'i.podia.com and check out the Alaka'i Student Lounge. Sign up for the free membership, the Empathic Podagee, where we do workshops online, and it's all free. And basically what it is everything spiritual, the seasons, everything that's underneath psychic development, healing arts, and the occult and mysticism, whatever it is that it's at that time that I'm sensing to do a workshop on, that's what I do. So I'm Kahu Love, and I'm excited to be here in this video to go over what we're doing for this solstice, this happy holidays, this Merry Christmas, the Yule, this season of the transition for the season, like I just said. So yeah, so for this solstice, we're actually going to be doing a couple of things. Normally this is no free workshop, but I figure, you know what, I'm going to do it online, put it on YouTube so that other people can see, and then maybe, you know, get some of you to hook on over there. But during this time of year, we have so many holidays that we celebrate. So many different cultures have their own celebrations of this transition of the year. And if we look at it, if we actually study the different cultures, we actually see that many of the spirituality and cultural connections are very similar. Like how the cultures celebrate the changing of the year. And that's what many of the cultures during this time celebrate, is the changing of the year from the seasons. Yeah, we just left autumn. We're in winter now, and eventually we'll be back in spring. So this winter solstice is specifically that I love to honor, because to me it encompasses all the holidays. It's not just one or the other, because the seasons exist divinely and supremely. So every culture experiences a season, just like every culture experiences the moon, the sun, the stars, the earth itself. You know, we eat we get our food from the planet. So there's so much similar and so much connection. So I celebrate the winter solstice and the changing of the seasons. And the winter solstice is when the night is the longest period, when that transition comes between darkness and light. So the darker part of the year, that night part is the longest, and so now it's starting to transition. So we got to the point where the darker part of the year is about to shift, and now we're going to actually start going back into the more lighter part of the year. What I mean by lighter part of the year is more of the day, right? Because we all know that we all experience during the summer times the sun's up longer, and then when the winter time comes, the sun is not as up as long as during the summertime. So it's a shorter period of the daytime. So during this time, I love to do certain things, and I like to celebrate and do certain traditions. And two of the things that I'm going to share with you is actually, one is what I learned from my Native American family. We're going to be making a type of syrup or sauce. It's called Wojabi. But I do my own little twist to it, because I like to add it to certain beverages to give toast, and that's what I use it for, to give toast. And I add it in to the beverage, whatever it is. You can an alcoholic beverage or a non-alcoholic beverage. I actually love to add it to my tea when I give toast, but you can do it. You can make your own cocktail. You can add it to your wine, but it actually goes good with a lot of drinks. And so normally what we're going to do is normally you add it to something, yeah? Or you can dip it in your fry bread, like how the Native Americans love it, and it actually is really good. So we're going to be doing that. And then also we're going to be doing what's called a Pomander, or a very simple fruit charm for protection and cleansing, where you can put it across your room. And it's been done for years and years and years. But when you do it with a certain intention, then there's a little bit of a different feel for it, yeah? So we're going to be doing two things. And I'm going to walk you through each one, show you what to do, and then you can go ahead and do it and do it how you feel, intuitively and empathically. So, Wojabi. Wojabi is a type of dish, or it's very simple. And Native Americans, they love to, they actually make it from berries, and it's kind of like a sauce, like a syrupy. And how I learned to make it was with berries and sugar and different kind of spices. And then of course we used it for dipping of bread or dipping sauce or it's whatever it is that you want to dip, that you can make it savory or sweet or anything that pairs good with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it, like how I said, specifically for the libations or toasting, because in a toast you're giving a blessing, you're saying a prayer when you're saying the words, the spoken words of in honor of so and so, or let's toast to this. You know, it's a magical, when you put the intention behind it, it's a magical. That's how I like to use this mixture for the toasting or the beverages when you're using it, when you're toasting and to give blessings and whatnot. So yeah, we're creating magic here. And in fact, cooking is magic. I mean, if you're a cook or a chef or a pastry chef or yada yada yada, yeah, you know, I mean, it's all about ingredients. So what we're going to do is, of course, everything is listed below. I'm going to put all the the ingredients below. But go ahead and follow the instructions so you can watch the video. So, for the Wojabi, we are going to be, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it to you. Okay, and I'm going to instruct you how to do it. We're necessarily not going to go over the burner, but what you want to do is take a saucepan, okay? A nice, good, medium-sized, not small saucepan. And what you're going to do is you're going to have 4 cups of berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, whatever. That's what your base is, okay? But I'm actually doing a little mixture of strawberry and mango because I'm here in Hawaii. So I like my mango. And it can be frozen, it can be fresh, it can be dried. But if it's dried, you want to make sure you rehydrate it, yeah? So you're going to add about 4 cups into your pot, okay? And then you're going to go ahead and add 1 cup of sugar, okay? Now, I actually have 1.5 cups just because it's my preference. We're kind of making like a simple syrup, sort of, kind of, you know, like for mixing cocktails. But I like to add an extra 1/2 cup of sugar because I like mine a little bit extra sweet because when it dilutes into the beverages. So this is actually 1.5, but if you want to stick to the regular sweetness, it's 1 cup, okay? So 4 cups of berries or fruits, and then 1 cup of sugar. Now, you're going to add 1 cinnamon stick, okay? Now, if you don't have a cinnamon stick, just go ahead and do a teaspoon of cinnamon, well, a teaspoon or 2, yeah, okay? And then you're going to do a teaspoon of whole cloves. Now, I prefer whole cloves rather than powder cloves. It's easier to get whole cloves versus whole cinnamon sometimes. So if you can get the whole cloves, get the whole cloves. So it's a teaspoon of whole cloves, okay? You're going to put that in there, okay? Then all you're going to do is add your cup of water. This is 1 cup of water. You're going to put this on high, bring it to a boil, and then you're going to put it on low, and you're just going to simmer it for 20 minutes. Okay, now make sure you're there when it's coming to a boil so you can watch it. And once it gets to a boil, turn it down and just let it simmer for 20 seconds. Now, the reason why I say watch it while it's boiling is because it will bubble up. Because you got the sugar and the water mixture and all of that, and that's just what happens, okay? And it happens to me when I'm not paying attention. So, bring it to a boil, let it simmer for 20 minutes, then take it off the heat and let it cool down, okay? Once it's cooled down, you're going to add your vanilla. And then, stir in your vanilla, and then you're going to strain it, okay? Use a strainer, strain your mixture. Make sure it's cooled first, and then Or you can use a cheesecloth or a milk nut bag. However it is that you find straining to be easier, go ahead and strain the mixture so that once it comes out, it kind of looks like this. Actually, it should look like this. Now, we're not like trying to reduce it so it's really thick. It's going to kind of thicken a little bit on its own, but you're going to kind of get a liquid substance. And then this is what you're going to add to your beverages, to toast. However you would mix a simple syrup with your cocktails. However you would mix like an ounce or a shot if you use shot glasses, or by tablespoons. And be generous, enjoy it. And then once you taste it, you're gonna actually love it because it's sweet. It has a spiciness as far as the cinnamon and the cloves are, and then you have that beautiful hint of vanilla with the sugar in there, and then of course the berries that has that little tang to it, because I kind of like a little tartness, and that's what it is. So there's a whole bunch of sweetness, tartness, and cinnamony spiciness kind of going on there. Yeah, so you got your mixture right here. Keep it in the fridge for a little while, but use it. If you're not going to use it in a timely manner, a few weeks, don't make it until you actually need it. So like, because Solstice is here, I'm going to be celebrating tomorrow. So when this video is made, I'm going to be doing it tomorrow. So I'm making it for tomorrow. So I'm going to chill it and then use it in the beverages. So yeah. So yes. So that is the Wojabi syrup that you can use for the libation. That's my little twist on it. And if you like, once you get the jar, you can actually add some orange rinds to it to kind of sit in there until you use it, especially with what we're going to do next with the Pomander. Okay, so the Pomander uses orange, and I honestly think if I remember correctly, a Pomander is like some kind of European or French something. Okay, I'm not too sure, but they call this thing a Pomander. I just call it a protection charm. So what you're going to need for your protection charm is, we're going to be using oranges and whole cloves and a special mixture, because it is my own. It is my own, and in my classes, in my own practice and whatnot. Because so you have a mixture. It's on my website, empathicapothecary.com. It's called Alena, Alena, Holistic Diffuser Drops. Okay, you can of course you can add this substance to your diffusers, and it's just this beautiful. It cleanses the air, releases negative energy, has a holds a space for good energy to come in. Yeah, so we're actually going to be using that for this particular purpose. Yeah, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing oranges. Okay, oranges. Now I love citrus. I love the smell of citrus, because there's something about citrus. It's invigorating. It just opens you up, kind of thing, and it's just good. But so citrus is good for cleansing. It really is. It does wonders for cleansing. I mean, if you smell citrus, you have no choice but to just feel good. It activates the certain cells in your body just to feel energized and revitalized. So citrus is a good thing. Now what we're going to also do is use cloves. Cloves is, so for the purpose of this, we're using cloves for protection. Okay, so we're going to be doing that, and all we're going to do, and some of you might be familiarized with this because a lot of European countries do this type of thing, but for our purpose, what we're going to do is cut the orange in half. Okay, and all we're going to do is take our cloves, and we're going to do a little crafting. That's all it is, and we're going to be sticking the cloves inside. Now, what I love about doing, and you can make your own pattern. So what I suggest you do is kind of like, if you want to do a star, you can do a star. If you just want to do a circle around the edges, like what I'm going to be doing, then you can go ahead and just do that. But what I love about this is the citrus will, because it has a juice, so it'll eventually soak up the cloves, and as it stays in your, as you leave it out, because what you're going to do is leave it out so that it can, it'll dry up naturally. But what you're going to do is just leave it out so it can dry. But as you leave it out, you're gonna start to smell the fragrance. But as you're making this, hold your intention of, what it is that you want to do. And so my intention is this is to, create a good harmonious atmosphere, to clear out to keep away any bad juju, any harmful thinking from, the family, and to, constantly have that protection. So you see kind of how I'm doing like a little circle. So I like to, it's my control side. I like to keep I like to make sure it's like, what do you call, equal distance as I'm going, making sure it's systematically correct in my head. Yeah. So it's as simple as putting the cloves inside. And yeah, so like I said, it brings cleansing, protection, and you can do all sorts of decorative. Some people will go ahead and wrap it in ribbon, make it beautiful. And so what you want to do is, I would say maybe like 5 or 6 oranges, cut it in half, and then go ahead and do this, and you can stick this around as centerpieces in your house. And what I've learned is if you use lemon or lime, I think, or no, orange too, insects don't like this, so it actually keeps away the insects. At least it does for us. Yeah. So something as simple as that. Yeah. And you just go ahead and do that to multiple oranges. Get like a beautiful bowl or a beautiful plate, and just go ahead and put that all around. I'm going to put a picture of the finished product of what it kind of looks like in here, right around here, so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. But yeah, so that's the charm. But the last thing we're going to do is put the Alena on top. So the Alena is a mixture of infused herbs and essential oils. Okay, and all you're going to do is with the Alena, this is the extra bonus because of the purpose that it was made for. And this is going to actually bring out the cloves and the citrus. So you're going to take the Alena, and all you're going to do is drop it in the center, 3 drops, and then start dripping around. You see how I'm dripping around? And just kind of let it coat the surface. So that was about 7 or 8, and you just leave it like that. And then boom, you have your protection clearing charm. And then you put it all over the place in like beautiful centerpieces and stuff, and then you're good. So that is your charm, your Pomanders charm that you can go ahead and place all over your house, and you can have fun with it. You can make different designs on your Pomander with the cloves and whatnot. Okay. So, anyways, this is the Empathic Podagee. So I have to think a little bit about what I have to say, because there's so much things going in my head. It's solstice time, it's Yule time, it's Christmas time, it's all the holidays. I have many people who are celebrating so many different things. It's actually wonderful. It's really a wonderful time of the year. So the energy is just constantly going. I mean, growing up for me was actually really awesome because I got to experience a lot of happy times, even though there was, dark times as well. And I understand at this moment in time, while I'm filming this video, I'm hoping what it is, the end of what is going on with the pandemic at this moment. But, I mean, for all trying to stay positive, trying to, focus on what we do have, what is there, instead of what is not there. Because for many of us, we do still have a home and we do still have food to eat, even though it might not be the type of food we used to eat, because a lot of us are struggling at the moment, but we're doing the best we can, so for all of us that is out there and that you're watching this video, my heart goes to you, and just keep on kicking it, just keep on pushing it, whatever you got to do, to make ends meet. I feel you, I hear you. So anyways, this is the Empathic Podagee. Again, kohokualakai.podia.com. I also have actual courses to develop your spiritual abilities, because my schooling is called Kahu Alakai Empathic School of Shamanism, School of Empathic Shamanism. And basically what that is it covers three areas: psychic development, healing arts, and mystic and the occult or mysticism, where basically it covers everything in the spiritual field that isn't the mainstream religion. Yeah. So it's all about tapping into you, developing your healer, your psychic, your inner shaman, the witch, the druid, the mystic in you. So check that out. And we also have products as well. We're starting to develop more and put it out there. It's all from years of practice and experience. And finally, my wonderful partner and I are bringing it out so that we can share it with the rest of the world. And at empathicapothecary.com. I'll also have that in the description below. So, yes, reach out. Come join our free workshops online and just check out our classes and whatnot. And also for our services, if you're on Oahu or coming to Oahu, haleoflove.com. I'll also put that in the description as well. So, until then, I hope you enjoy. Go ahead and rewatch the video if you have to, so you can figure out what you're going to do and how you're going to put everything together. And happy holidays to you guys. So I will catch you next time. Ahui ho.